Loose change for getting down. It's Friday and I'm on fire, and I know that I'll break your heart, and I'm sorry, I'm just so tired. 'Cause these cars are just it, so won't you come?
K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Ace, and of course, tonight you're watching another episode of Between the Ropes. And let me introduce to you my co-hosts, I should say, for the evening, because I have multiple of them. A guy who hasn't been on here for a while, but he has made his way back. And for a while, you know, people called him Sergeant Slaughter. He's not Sergeant Slaughter. He's not Sarge. He's Sarge Jr. How's it doing? How you doing tonight, my man?
I am doing good. Since you brought up Sergeant Slaughter when Crispy Bacon had his mustache, he actually was giving me the Sergeant Slaughter look that was going on. So I thought that was awesome. So I'm doing good, guys. How's everyone doing?
Good. Hey, mustache. All right, and then of course, welcome him in. He likes bacon and he likes it crispy, so we call him Crispy Bacon.
What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a great evening.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then, of course, I have to welcome in my main man, the brains behind this show. Mess around, Dave. How you doing tonight?
I am good. I cannot wait to talk about some Raw and SmackDown. RK Bro for life.
Woo!
Right.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, RK Bro. You know, the only thing we're missing tonight is Dragon Viper. That can be like, you know, I didn't really care for it, and I just
Right.
Yeah, I don't like
And Big B.
All right, and then welcome in Christy Wilson. Christy, how you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up?
You know what? Not too much, but that means that Dragon Viper is in here. That means Sarge has to do his best impression of Dragon Viper tonight.
Yes, it's a must.
All right.
Sarge has to do the Dragon Viper impression.
Yeah.
So
I don't have the hair for it.
There it is.
You're right. You don't have the long hair, so it doesn't
I
really
can't
work.
hair it out.
But anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into this show. We have some great topics for you tonight. So at the very end of the show, we'll get to our favorite parts on Raw and SmackDown. There's just a few things that we wanted to hit on first because there's this topic that's been going around for a while. It's been a debatable topic. It's very debatable, okay? It's one of those topics that really depends on which way you go with it. And then once somebody puts it out, you're like, oh, I disagree because of this, this, or this. So the topic that we're going to start with is on the male side of wrestling. So we're going to go with males first, and we're going to say if you had your own promotion, and you would start your promotion with 5 guys, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be current. It can be older guys too. So if you could start your promotion with any 5 wrestlers, who would you start your promotion with? Sarge, I'm going to kick this off with you.
Oh, 5 guys. When you said 5 guys, I thought you were talking about 5 Guy Burgers. So I was getting a little bit hungry.
Burgers, by the way.
I know. So I would start with I would have to have my man Hulk Hogan on there. Then I would put Undertaker on there. So I need a talker. So I would throw John Cena in there.
Well, she's gonna get to bed late because I know.
You can see him.
And not that person who just talked. Who else? I would have to go with a high flyer. So I would go with Neville when he was with WWE. He's Pac now. Then lastly, give me Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Acknowledge him.
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge
Exactly.
me.
Acknowledge the tribal chief.
All right. Chris, you have 5 male wrestlers you can start a promotion with. Who are you doing?
We'll go Rock, Roman Reigns, Undertaker, Cena, and Randy Savage.
Oh, wow. Randy Savage. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to snip you. Oh, yeah.
God bless
Slim
Randy.
Jim, brother.
Step it on Slim Jim.
All right. Mess around. Let me guess. Is one of them going to be Bret Hart?
Sadly, no.
Oh.
I thought it was because I know he was your favorite of all time, so I thought you were going to go with Bret Hart.
If I'm going to start with 5 guys, I want them to be young so they can last a long time. So I'm going to go with Austin Theory, Darby Allin.
Look.
Let's see. Jeez, 2. Okay, I guess I'll go with Bret because I can't think of anybody else. Bret Hart. I'll make you all happy. I'll go Bret
Stop
Hart.
for a second.
And then
Okay.
I gotta have CM Punk in there because I gotta have somebody
David,
talk on
come
the
here.
mic.
World.
And then Randy Orton.
RKO. You're going with.
You can have the last one, David. I have to
Okay.
say something pissy.
Christy, how about you?
Okay. I'll go with the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And then of course the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. John Moxley or Dean Ambrose. The Rock.
If you smell. Okay.
The Rock is cooking. And then probably go CM Punk. Best in the world.
Ooh. Debatable. So this one
Very
for me
debatable.
was it is because this one for me was actually this was actually really hard because you can
Right.
actually go a lot of different routes.
Yep.
But if you look back to like the older generation of wrestling, and you know, if you go by the way that Sarge was talking about setting up his promotion, you have to have a talker. So you have to have a guy who can come out and talk on the mic. And who's one of the best guys to ever talk on the mic? That's right, The Rock. So I would obviously have The Rock on there because he's one of the best talkers on the mic of all time. John Cena's there too. The Miz is also there. So there's a lot of guys who can really talk on the mic. But I think The Rock is the one who really steps that up as far as mic talk. So The Rock is definitely there. Now, if we're looking at the current set of wrestlers now, I do need one of those great technical wrestlers that can put on a show night in and night out, that could carry a company if he really had to. And so if I went with that, I would have to go with that guy that we call Seth freaking Rollins.
I was thinking that. I'm like, I know who you're thinking.
Drip that.
Absolutely. You have to go with Seth Rollins, man. You have to. And then number 3, I would go with the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar.
Acknowledge Lesnar.
Yep, acknowledge him. Acknowledge
Brock.
Lesnar. He's
He's
guy.
been good on the mic. He's been
He's
good.
shown he's good on the mic. I mean, he's been wowing me like knock knock.
Yep.
Who's there?
Number 4, I would go with Undertaker.
Mhm.
And then number 5, you'd kind of have to go with the guy that I feel really put wrestling on the map, that made wrestling what it is, because it definitely wouldn't have been the way it is now if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan. So
Yeah.
I would definitely say I would really have to
Let me
start.
tell you something here, brother.
Let me tell you something, brothers. With these 24-inch pythons, what you gonna do? Okay, so we have a few comments here. Sorry, that one kind of hurt the throat a little bit. So we have
Yeah.
a few comments here. So we have Cody who's saying, let's freaking go. And then Cody saying he's picking Jericho. Now Jericho's a good one. Jericho is
He's
a really
a good
one. I would not disagree with that one. Stone Cold Steve Austin could definitely be another one. If you do want a high flyer, you could definitely go with Mysterio.
Right.
Taker, I think any of us would take Taker at any point. Absolutely.
That another good one he has there is Sting.
Yeah. Sting could definitely be another one. But we all are definitely in agreement with Taker. Definitely 100%. All right. So now we can go to the female version. So Sarge, 5 female wrestlers that you could start your promotion with.
I would go with Alexis Bliss starting off because she actually, if you put her anything, she can pull off any character that you want. Give me Lita on there. I mean, like she kind of set the tone for females doing the high risk removers with that one. And this is gonna shock everyone on this one. Give me Awesome Khan. I don't care. Give me Awesome Khan on there.
Not a bad choice.
Okay.
So
Not a bad choice at all.
I think she was a lot better than Nia Jax.
Nia Jax, yeah.
Whatever.
No, Awesome Khan could actually kick butt in the ring. I mean, all you have to do is look at some of the stuff she did in Impact Wrestling. She's fantastic.
Yeah, and doesn't complain about her hole.
No, she does not.
Yeah, so
She doesn't scream, my hole!
Layla, I always had a crush on Layla when she was on there. And give me Sable.
Not
Sable.
bad.
Okay. All right.
Bad.
Chris, how about you?
I'm still trying to think, so come back to me.
Okay. And Dave, Amy wants to know if you did get your Dr. Pepper today.
Yeah.
Or yesterday.
Hold on. I got one yesterday and I have one today.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
There's your, and then now Cody's saying that his 5 female wrestlers would be Bliss, Lita, Kelly, Scarlett, and Banks.
I definitely would agree with them on Alexa, Lita, and Scarlett. Those are good choices. Very good choices.
All right, mess around, Dave.
So I found my list from the chat group for the men, and it's Rollins, Theory, Moxley, Darby Allin, and MJF.
Of course.
Those are my 5 guys.
All right.
Okay.
And for the
Not
girls,
bad choices.
you know where I'm going with the girls. You already know.
Mandy.
Mella, Liv, Rose, Alexa, and Belair.
I'm actually surprised. Here's one thing I'm surprised. I'm surprised you did not, and I'm going to throw a curveball in there for you, mess around. And I'm going to say I'm surprised that you didn't mention AJ Lee in this little thing.
Oh.
You're right. I'm taking out Belair and I'm putting AJ Lee in. Yeah, AJ Lee. I almost threw Paige in there too because she's hot too.
Okay.
And you know how Dave would go off. Would run his promotion on the women's side. He'd be like, "Let's see, is she attractive? Yep, you're in. Yep, you're in.
You're a hottie. You're in.
You're out. You're in."
It's all about the looks.
All about the looks.
All right, Christy, how about you?
Okay, I'm definitely gonna go Trish Stratus, Lita, definitely Becky, Sasha Banks, and I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna go Gail Kim.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Some of her stuff in Impact was fantastic, and her rivalry with Awesome Kong and that promotion was great.
Yeah, that's
good
really
stuff.
that's really going back there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was kind of with you on one of those that it might throw some people off when I mentioned one of my names in there,
Mm-hmm.
but I was going to go with Alundra Blaze.
Oh,
I
going
would
back to the
definitely-
80s there with that
Yep,
one.
I would definitely throw
Okay.
Blaze in there as if
Yeah.
I had to start a promotion. Blaze would actually be one of them. Alexa Bliss would definitely be another one because I definitely agree with Sarge on that. You give Alexa any character and she's going to pull it off. She's already done it. She's done it like 4 times. She's had 4 different characters and she's ran with it every time.
Yeah.
She's been brilliant with any character that she has. Trish Stratus, probably another one. Lita, got to go with that. And then currently, it's so tough now currently because this is like a revolution now to where you can kind of see a lot of women wrestlers who are like really putting themselves out there on the map now. So it'd be really, really hard. Dang, that one's tough.
Yeah.
That one's really, really tough. But I guess if I had to pick a current one, and you can hate on me if you want, but I got to go with Charlotte Flair.
That's kind of where I was thinking.
Oh,
I have to go with Charlotte Flair. I have to go with Charlotte Flair only because of her skills. Like if you want to put on a good show, she's that person that can go out there and put on a good show. All right, Chris, you said to come back to you, so we're coming back to you.
So I was thinking, Lita and Trish Stratus, and then Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks. Those three only because they kind of, during that one I can't remember the number, but
it was WrestleMania 32, I think.
Yeah. They kind of started the main event scene for the women, so that's why I picked them.
You notice how nobody threw the name of Ronda Rousey out there?
No.
I noticed that.
Right?
Don't care for her anymore.
No, I'm not. I've never actually been a true fan of Ronda Rousey, really.
No, used to like her in UFC, but I don't know. She got to WWE, has like exposed a lot of weaknesses in her that I never thought was possible. But
But if we talk about anybody who actually needs a manager, somebody to talk for her, she's one that needs it.
Yes.
So if Paul Heyman was to pick like a women's wrestler to manage, Ronda Rousey would be the one that I would say Paul Heyman needs to be with her so he can talk. He can do the talking.
Because when she tries to cut a promo, I just can't listen to her. She just makes me cringe.
No, it is really hard. All right.
It is.
Now our last one, as far as the five, we would start with the last one is actually tag teams. So if you could have 5 tag teams, so Sarge, 5 tag teams you could have to start a promotion.
5 tag teams. Give me Team Extreme. Give me the Usos.
Goose.
Oh, and boy, this is a lot tougher.
It's tough.
Brothers, I know. So Brothers of Destruction.
Kane and Undertaker.
Yep. Give me the Dirty Dogs. I really do like their style. And lastly, I gotta go with my one of my faves is DX. I know it's a faction, but it's mostly Road Dogg and so forth. So give me DX.
No, I get it. Well, because you could also go with DX when it was just Triple H and Shawn Michaels too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Billy Gunn and Road Dogg.
All right, Chris, 5 tag teams.
Yeah, we'll go. Excuse me. We'll go the Usos, DX. Trying to think of I can't think of other 3. Might have to come back.
Okay.
All right, I will come back to you then, Chris.
Okay.
All right, mess around.
Yeah, I can't have tag team vids without my boys, the RK Bro, and then DX, and then the Street Profits, the Usos, and I'm gonna go with the Hardy Boys.
Hardys? Okay.
Hardys.
All right, Christy.
But definitely go with the Hardys, Matt and Jeff Hardy. I'll go with the Young Bucks. Street Profits because I want the smoke. Usos and
Especially when I feel like
New Day.
kept asking me different things.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and my 5 tag teams. The first one I'm gonna choose, and I know one of them is dead, but if he was, I would go with it. Water Rush. I would have to go with LOD if I had a chance. I would definitely choose them. Then besides besides LOD, I would definitely have to go with the Usos. They're definitely up there. Hornswoggle and Torito. They would definitely. That was just a complete joke. I'm not going to go with Hornswoggle and Torito. If I had to choose another one, probably DX would definitely be up there too. They would probably be a third one that I would choose. Brothers of Destruction would definitely be another one, and probably my final one. Boy, that's the Faction, the Spirit Squad. No,
Yes.
so actually Hardys. I would go with the Hardys. The two teams, it was really hard for me to keep off this list because the Dudleys definitely could have been in there.
Yeah.
The Dudleys was another one that I could have picked.
The Hart Foundation.
The Hart Foundation, Edge and Christian. That could have been another one.
Demolition.
Demolition, yeah, that was another one.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs.
Right.
The Rockers. So many.
So Chris, now that we gave you plenty of options,
I know, right? We'll go Usos, Hardy Boys. Made me think of one, the Revival,
Hey, that's a good one.
Dudleys, and DX.
it's going down.
I'm surprised nobody put the New Day.
New Day.
I like New Day too. It's kind of hard.
Two words for you.
Down. Get up, drop the bomb. That's so catchy. That is so catchy. I'm telling you. All right. So that's when we would start. That's who we would start our promotion with. So now we can get to our next topic before we jump into Raw and SmackDown. So our next topic actually pertained to WrestleMania. And our next topic, as far as WrestleMania, we were saying, think about your top 3 favorite WrestleMania matches that you've seen. Ooh. So, Sarge, I got to go with you. Your top 3 WrestleMania matches.
Seriously, with me first, there's so many.
All right, you know what? You don't have to go first. I'll come back to you last. Christy gets to go first this time.
Oh, okay. And this is in no particular order. I would have to say, and I didn't start watching WrestleMania until it was in Orlando. I think it was WrestleMania 33, I think it was. But I would go Triple H versus Seth Rollins. That I thought was really, really good. And then Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie. And then Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, last year's WrestleMania. Those are my 3 favorites.
All right, mess around.
You're on mute, buddy.
I got it. Okay, so top 3?
Yeah, your top 3 WrestleMania matches.
All right, Bret Hart versus Stone Cold, WrestleMania 13. Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage, WrestleMania 3. And then The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25.
Ooh. Wait a minute, that Bret versus Stone Cold one, was that the one where he put Stone Cold in the sharpshooter and Boston is just like coated in blood?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
geez, that
yeah,
one?
and he passed out. He didn't actually tap out. He actually passed out. So
wow.
All right, Chris.
All right, so no particular order. Bianca versus Sasha Banks last year, or last WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Undertaker and Shane at 33. The Hell in a Cell match.
I thought that was 32.
Maybe it was.
Yeah.
And then 2019
WrestleMania 35.
Seth Rollins and
Lesnar.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one either.
Okay. All right, Sarge. There you go. Now it came around.
We got a lot of ideas out there.
I gotta go WrestleMania 25 when it was Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. Then give me the TLC match with the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, and Edge and Christian with there. Then I'm going to go old school on this one. Give me a WrestleMania 3, Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant.
Oh,
I like it.
that's a good
I
one.
almost picked that one. That's a good one.
I thought about it too, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I like it.
The body slam heard around the world.
Ow.
So these have been very, very tough. I definitely went Undertaker, Triple H, Hell in a Cell with Shawn Michaels as special guest referee.
Oh yeah.
oh, I remember that.
I
Yeah.
think Triple H
Technically-
called it the end of an era
Yeah,
match. I
It
think.
was the end of an era match.
Yeah.
And and that was when Shawn Michaels was like right in the middle of it all. He had the special guest referee. That was an amazing match. That was,
It was
an amazing
good, yeah.
match from start to finish. That was absolutely amazing.
That's when they all three walked down the ramp together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
afterwards.
Yeah.
That one was definitely incredible. The second one I would probably pick would be Rock and Austin. They put on some really good matches. You can choose pretty much any Rock and Austin match, and it was really, really good. And then my third one was probably, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate on this one, but I have to do it, was Lesnar Taker. That was
the one that ended the streak.
Oh, that was good.
Oh my god.
That was good too.
It
Yeah.
might have ended the streak, but I'll tell you, that was an insane match. That was a
Wow.
really good match. So I truly love that match. That one was
Especially when you think about it, Taker wrestled like over half that match with a concussion.
right. Yeah,
Wow.
that match was truly amazing. So, but you could really go on all day about favorite WrestleMania matches and everything else, because there was so many of them, just so many of them. So now that actually brings us to the point to where we can actually talk about our favorite parts on Raw and SmackDown. But I will tell you this before we get to that. I want to tell you, this is my microphone. This is my laptop. That sign is my sign. This camera is my cameraman. Okay. And I know that wasn't this week. I know that was last week, but we didn't get a chance to talk about it. I'll tell you, that was probably that was an awesome promo. I'm not going to lie.
These announcers, these are mine. That table, that's mine.
That WrestleMania sign, that's
It's mine.
This ring is mine.
This ring is mine.
This microphone, this is my microphone. Like that was awesome. That was great. I love that one. That was one of the best promos that I thought Reigns has gotten a long time. That was an awesome promo. That was great. All right, Sarge, I'll start with you on this one. Some of your favorite stuff from Monday Night Raw.
Well, first I gotta say I like how Vader is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame with that one. So that was pretty much my highlight on that. Then I don't know. I've been mostly liking like the little the segments. We got Austin Theory versus Finn Balor. That was great. Then it was an okay Raw. It wasn't that great. RK Bro, they need to break up. Randy Orton needs to go by himself. He needs to get away from there. So that's what I thought about Raw.
Oh,
You're upsetting Dave. You're upsetting him. Because you're
channeling your
missing
inner
RK
Dragon
Bro.
Viper.
I was reaching my inner Dragon Viper moment there, so I had to get it out.
Okay, you had to get it out. So that was without your inner Dragon Viper, did you like RK Bro winning the belts again?
Heck yes. I mean, they're a great tag team. It's like a comical tag team that's done right. You got someone you got Riddle there, and you got Orton there, who's like more serious than Riddle, and Riddle's running around. Like, I love the dynamic of that tag team because it's so dysfunctional and it just works well.
It does.
Yeah, And the crazy thing is the one thing that I will agree with you on the RK Bro part is it's like at the point to where we all know how Randy Orton is. We all know that he's a guy that can strike anytime. And so as you're watching these matches, you're like, is this the night? Is this the night? Is this the night that Randy finally has enough and gives an RKO to Riddle? And then they win the belts, and you're like, oh.
Okay.
Like, okay, so it's not happening tonight. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Chris, some of your favorite parts on Raw.
No, the RKO, winning the tag teams, that was cool. I thought it was, funny too that shortly after that match, Kevin Owens came out. He's like, "I'm calling Stone Cold Steve Austin out," and he does this whole spiel and how he's basically mocking Texas and all that. But and then there's some new tag teams formed. So
yeah,
absolutely. And I'll tell you, I would say that I'm sure Mess Around Dave's particularly happy with one of them because Liv Morgan's involved in that tag team, so I know that makes him happy. That was also, and you know what? I know this is right on the screen. So where
is he fading out?
No, in his little box. If you look above him, there's like that little star, but like when he sits up straight,
It's a cone head.
a cone right on top of his head. I love. All right, mess around. Some of your favorite parts on Raw.
My favorite parts was RK Bro winning the titles back, and Randy Orton dropped the F-bomb on live TV, if you can believe that. He used a friend word.
Yeah,
he's gonna use one.
Yeah,
he's got a friend. And he's had the most fun he's had in 20 years in the business. And
a friend in me.
It's just awesome that they work so well together. Like Sarge was saying, they're like, I don't know, it makes it like Randy seems like he's more youthful being teamed with Riddle. Like he's found the fountain of youth. And his promo before the match was fire. That was like one of the best promos he gave in a while. I like that. And then Liv Morgan and Rhea getting in the title match, but downfall is Carmella's off the market. She's getting married to Corey Graves.
Oh,
and they announced it. I was like, oh, I knew it already.
She broke your heart.
It did, but I still got two more.
Oh.
He still has Liv and Mandy.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, and don't forget Alexa.
And AJ Lee, but she's off the market too.
Yeah,
right.
CM Punk.
Right.
Yep.
Now, I will say there was a lot of talk with how good this tag team match was on Raw. And you know what? This triple threat tag team match, that match was off the hook, man.
That was a banger.
That match was just straight fire, dude. I was like, man, I've not seen a triple threat tag team match like that in a long time. Like there was spots everywhere in that match, and I'm like, dude, that match was off the hook. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was like, if these three tag teams,
I was gonna say it went for like a good 20 minutes or so.
I think it was longer.
It wasn't even long, but it was worth it.
Oh, absolutely. It was a long match, but it was definitely worth it. Like at points as you're watching the match, you're like, oh, it's not. Oh, wait, it's still coming.
No, wait a minute.
But you kind of figured that KO and Seth Rollins wasn't going to win because you knew the whole thing with Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin was supposed to be happening. So you kind of figured that they weren't going to win.
Yeah.
And you knew that Randy and Riddle had to win in order to go to put him in Mania, or else, like I kept saying, I thought this might have been the night to where they split, and then they end up having a match at Mania because Randy turned on Riddle.
But another one of my favorite parts when Omos was facing Apollo Crews, and after that, he looks at Commander ZD and goes, "You're next."
Yes, we've actually been waiting for that for a while.
Yeah.
we've been waiting for Commander Aziz to actually get in the ring, and I think that it would be cool to see him wrestle Omos because of their size. Like they have the same stature and size. I think it'd be awesome.
They're both big dudes.
You're very big.
And then if he imagine like laughed in his Commander Azizi's face.
Right?
He looks so scared.
All right, Christy.
Well, definitely that triple threat tag team match was fantastic. RKO, Jesus. RK Bro, sorry. Winning the titles back was cool. And then seeing Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley win their way to WrestleMania was awesome.
That was there too. The one thing that I did want to throw out there, I was very, very happy that Finn Balor won last week, won the United States champion. This is the one thing that I don't get, and that's why I'm out here saying it right now. This is what makes me angry.
I know where you're going.
So, yes, you have people who come out and say, oh, I wish Finn Balor would get a championship. So he gets a championship. People go, I wish Ricochet would win a championship. He wins a championship. And then all of a sudden people are like, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. I'm like, what is, like, really? Like,
what's wrong with your people?
That they don't have a championship and then they get one and you're going to complain that they have one.
Yep.
It makes no freaking
no matter
sense.
what happens.
It is like you can't make them happy one way or another. They win one and they're like, I don't like it. I'm like, you just said you wanted them to have a championship and now they win it and you're like, I don't like it. Really? Really? Are you kidding me?
Like, what do you not like about it?
But actually, that was actually one part on Raw that I really liked after Finn Balor retained his title, that Damian Priest was out afterwards. You got to see a whole new side of Damian Priest, a side that people haven't really seen for a while, that I think it's like, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be Finn Balor versus Priest at WrestleMania. I think it's coming.
Probably will.
And I'll tell you, that is going to be a banger of a match too.
Are we going to get the Demon?
Huh?
Demon Balor?
Yeah, very well. You might get the Demon Balor.
Demon Balor versus Damian Priest.
Well, because you have to think,
nice.
like, Damian Priest the last couple weeks has been getting the best of Finn Balor. So I think at some point Finn Balor might be like, you woke up the Demon, and then now you get the Demon Finn Balor versus Damian Priest, which I'm telling you, if that match happens, that's going to be a banger of a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really good match.
This is going to be the build-up right now. You only got like 3 weeks left.
I love it when he comes out as a demon.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
Gets into that paint and everything like that. Oof. Scary.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just think it's gonna be a great match. So that one I definitely can't wait to see. That tag team match was great. Finn Balor retaining his title with the Damian Priest angle afterwards was fantastic. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley getting entered in the women's tag match. That was cool too. And welcome Intergalactic Sports and Entertainment Network. So welcome our boys and Callan and John. How's it going tonight? Yeah. So those were definitely things. Those were like the things on Raw that I was really looked at the best. I'm like, oh, that was sick. All right. So now we can actually jump over to SmackDown now. Talk about some of our favorite stuff on SmackDown. Before we do that, I do want to give a shout out to Big E and kind of, prayers and tell him we hope you get better, Big E.
Let's not forget about Scott Hall and his heart attack.
Yep, and Scott Hall is 3. He had 3 heart attacks.
3. Yeah.
He had 3, and he's on life support. So hopefully he pulls through at some point. I definitely wish him the best too. So SmackDown was good. Anytime Brock Lesnar is on there, it's awesome. I liked it too, especially at the very beginning when Heyman's like, yeah, and the tribal chief is not here, and then Lesnar's like, well, then if he's gone, then who's protecting you, Paul?
He goes right after him.
And
chases them out the building. It's like, that was awesome. Who's protecting you, Paul? That was great. Ricochet, another one that
Banger.
the one I'm really curious who his opponent is going to be at WrestleMania.
It probably is
Because
not Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn's
No,
going to
it
be
won't be.
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, so I'm curious where they're
Ooh.
going to go with that angle. But we do know who the Usos tag team partners are now. Are not tag team partners, sorry. Who their opponents are going to be with Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs.
Rick
I- that was also cool. So I'm glad they're in a match. I'm just really interested to see where they're going to go with Ricochet. So those were like my parts on SmackDown that I enjoyed. So Sarge, I'll turn this over to you.
The whole Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville whole storyline is so awesome. With Johnny Knoxville doing his jackass type stuff and just threw his phone number up on the plane, and you gotta think that it was actually real because on Twitter,
I saw.
like
Me too.
Sami Zayn's like, "You did what?"
What'd you do? Huh?
on
This is a
Twitter.
conspiracy.
Yeah, it's all a conspiracy and everything with that.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, so that was cool. But like I said, it was really hard to watch because with how Big E landed on his neck at the beginning, you could tell that it was not a work. Just the way he landed, and those are the only two things that really kind of point out to me on SmackDown. So
I will tell you though, with that angle with Big E when he broke his neck, everyone who's like getting on Ridge Holland at this point, anybody who's basically yelling at this guy saying, "Oh, this guy should be fired," blah blah. It happens. Like
It's an accident.
Do you really think he meant to do it? He didn't mean to do it. He actually went to the hospital afterwards to visit him because he felt so bad about it. Like, I don't know why people would be screaming at this guy saying, "Oh, shame on you, Ridge," and blah blah. It was an accident. He didn't mean to do it, was the thing. So I don't know why people would be so angry at Ridge. That's what I didn't understand. Yeah. So, Chris, some of your favorite parts on SmackDown?
The Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville thing, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Then
Funny.
Brock Lesnar coming out, cowboy gear and all that.
Cowboy Brock.
Basically wants Roman to come out. And Paul's like, "He's not here, but I'm here." He's like, "Who's going to protect you?" And then, they're calling that intercontinental match with Finn Balor. Or no, Ricochet. I'm sorry, Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet.
Yeah.
And then Austin Theory comes out.
Ooh, I wonder if he
taunts Pat.
can't be.
Kicks him out, basically. But he's a good actor, playing it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting about that part. I keep forgetting about McAfee and Austin Theory. I'm actually excited to see what McAfee can actually do. That's the part that I'm actually really excited about. So
I think they're just showing little bits and pieces of what he can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. All right, mess around.
I've seen McAfee in the ring before. He fought in NXT against Adam Cole a year or so, 2 years ago maybe. He's not bad in the ring. He's really green, but he's okay. My favorite part was there was a Shanky sighting. Yeah, I got to love that Shanky.
Yes, there was. Shanky.
Shanky.
Down a little.
And then Pat McAfee going off after Theory and Lesnar going after Heyman. Those are my favorite parts.
Not bad. Overall, SmackDown was its general thing. It did its thing. As long as Brock Lesnar appears, it makes my night. It makes my night.
Right.
Every time Lesnar's there, it makes my night. All right, Christy, how about SmackDown?
Definitely the Lesnar segment is like, "Who's going to protect you, Paul?" And then goes running after him. And then I think Ricochet retaining that Intercontinental title against Sami Zayn with no interference from Johnny Knoxville whatsoever. Because when Ricochet wanted, Knoxville came out in a T-shirt and distracted Sammy enough for Ricochet to get in there, do his thing, and beat him and become Intercontinental Champion.
I like it. All right, so to wrap up the show for our final topic here, currently, with the current match card that we have going at WrestleMania, everybody can kind of give their little bit of predictions on some of the current matches that they think are going to happen. So, Sarge, I'll start out with you. What are some of your predictions for some of the matches that are going to happen?
Predictions. I think Bad Bunny is going to come back in a way with that. And I'm going to predict Brock Lesnar is actually going to is going to win versus Roman Reigns with that. And I hope, and also I predict Paul Heyman is getting an F5.
Okay.
I would love to see that. That would be
So,
cool.
Before we get to Crispy Bacon on this, we have to get to Big B because he just came on here. So we'll let him answer the questions that we just answered to start out the show. So, Big B, what you missed to start out the show was we had a discussion. The first one we had was, now you can go back in time, you can use current, whatever, it doesn't matter. But if you had 5 male wrestlers, if you were starting a promotion and you had 5 male wrestlers, you can go back in time if you want a current. Who's the 5 guys you would pick?
Right now, you got to go Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. I'm going to go with MJF. I'm going to go with Orange Cassidy. And then I'm going to go with possibly the Rookie of the Year in wrestling, Dante Martin.
Okay, so
I like
so
that.
you didn't want to go back in time.
No, I like what some of the younger guys are doing. I mean, and if you go old school, I mean, it would be tough, but let's stay relevant.
All right, so then your next choice would be 5 women wrestlers.
Okay, so 5 women. You got to go with Jada from AEW. You got to go Britt from AEW.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other 3, I guess you got to go with WWE. You got to go with Belair, Lynch, and probably Doudrop, I think.
That's the first time I've heard that name in there. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And the last one for you was tag teams. If you could pick 5 tag teams to start a promotion.
Oh, that's tough. Young Bucks, Jurassic Express, Street Profits, the Usos, and
What the smoke?
I would have to go. I want to go with the new team that was just formed with Moxley and Bryan.
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
Oh,
All
They
right.
did just win their first match on Wednesday, so
Yep.
Yeah, there's some jobbers. Okay. All right. So, Chris, now we turn it over to you for some of your predictions for some matches that are happening at Mania.
I think Brock will win the title for title unification, whatever you want to call that match. I think Charlotte's going to retain. Becky will retain. Maybe Johnny Knoxville should, beat Sami Zayn. He's been kind of getting, kind of, I don't know, getting that rivalry going, and then I'm not sure. I think RK Bro can keep the titles.
Okay.
That's what I got so far.
All right. Mess around.
Logan Paul is going to turn on the Miz and help the Mysterios win. Knoxville's going to beat Sami Zayn. Conspiracy. Lesnar, I think he's going to win both titles. And I think Bailey's going to come out and interfere in the Rousey and Charlotte match and help Charlotte keep her title.
I don't think. All right, Christy. Oh wait,
Wait.
go ahead.
Okay. I would probably go Ronda beats Charlotte. You go Bianca beats Becky. Johnny Knoxville beats Sami Zayn. Last but not least, Roman Reigns acknowledges Brock Lesnar.
Okay. I've kind of gone. I'll tell you, Big B. I'll get to you in just a second on this because I know we've talked about it on Tuesday Night Mania. But I know that this one I've kind of been back and forth with the main event that I was talking about between Brock and Roman. I've kind of been back and forth on that one to where I think Brock's going to win. But the other thing I see is that I could also see, Roman winning, and then after the match, The Rock ends up showing up. Because if you remember at Madison Square Garden, Brock used the rock bottom on Brock Lesnar. So to me, that signaled something. That signaled that, The Rock might be at WrestleMania in some form. He might be showing up at some form at WrestleMania. But I'm back and forth. I still haven't completely decided who I think was going to win that match yet. I really hope it's Brock. I really do hope it's Brock, but something tells me it might be Reigns. I think somehow, Sami Zayn ends up beating Johnny Knoxville. I don't know why, but I think he does. That one. Let's see what some other ones here. I think The Miz and Logan Paul end up beating the Mysterios because I think that the Mysterios end up actually somebody turns on somebody in that match. I'm not sure who yet, but I'll think of Ronda wins and Belair wins. So those two other streaks come to an end. So Big B, what do you have?
Man, it's tough because if I wasn't a diehard wrestling fan and saw this card, I would not be excited for WrestleMania. I think the main event with Brock and Roman is going to end in either a DQ or no contest. I think we're going to see something happen. I just can't see them unifying those titles. They've done it before. They split them up. They've done it, back and forth. But if I had to pick a winner, Ace, I'm with you. I think I could see Roman winning and then The Rock coming out and, they could start that little feud. Sami Zayn will probably lose. I can see the Mysterios losing and someone turns on somebody. I think the women's titles will probably stay intact. I think Ronda will win by DQ somehow. What other match am I missing? RK Bro will probably... I don't know with that one. I mean, they took the titles off them, gave them back. Could we see them losing them and then a split happening? Yes, but, I mean... I don't know. So I'm kind of undecided on that one. McAfee and Austin Theory. Austin Theory is probably going to win that one. I think that might be a good match, though. And then I know there's rumored to be Balor versus Priest. I think if that's the case, I think Priest will get his title back.
No, let's not forget. We're all forgetting until I just saw it. We're all forgetting about one of the biggest matches at Mania, which I'm super excited for. No. The one match that I'm really excited for is Edge versus AJ Styles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And we call ourselves wrestling fans and we forget about it.
Exactly.
That I tell you, that's going to be a really good match.
That might be the match of the night.
Yeah,
or Mania.
steal the show.
And
I didn't say which night, but
and I'm not sure which. I
would hate to go on after that match.
Yeah, it's night 2. I know that.
Okay.
Something makes me think that it's going to be Edge that's going to win that match.
Yeah. You think you know?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
It's tough, man. I don't know.
Edge should have been heel.
Did he lose last year?
Yeah.
Who, Edge?
That triple threat.
no,
match.
he didn't win last
Yeah, it
year.
was in the triple threat with Roman and
Yeah,
somehow
he
Bryan.
lost the triple threat match.
Yes.
Oh,
But-
okay. I was thinking it was the Roman or the Edge and
Rollins.
Orton match. That must have
No.
been earlier in the year.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Two years
No,
sorry,
that was the year before that.
Yeah, it
And
was.
Edge won that one.
you
That was
were
at
going
the
to say something,
Performance Center.
Sarge?
Say what?
You were going to say something?
I don't know what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry.
No, it's a. Oh no, you were saying something about Edge and being a heel.
Oh yeah. I think like I like Edge. Like he's a great performer and everything, but I don't care for him as being a face. I like him as a heel. I mean, he's an ultimate opportunist, and it doesn't fit his style when he's the face. I enjoyed how he's a heel. He just needs to stay heel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why they just turned him heel.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
So
he should have stayed heel the whole time in his career, kind of like how John Cena has been a face the whole time.
yeah, no, I get it. I definitely get it. But this match could. This is another match that could go either way. I don't know how this match is going to go. My gut feeling is telling me it's going to be Edge, but I don't know. I really don't know.
I think it's going to be
Unpredictable.
AJ because he's the one that signed the deal just recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be. I think whoever wins this match could be kind of be elevated to the title picture, which could be AJ at some point. But
Yeah.
the KO and Stone Cold thing is just it's the KO show. So
Mm-hmm.
supposedly, but it could turn out to be like a brawl or something like that though
Yeah.
too. So
Stone Cold's been working on his cardio, they said.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, it's at that point now to where we can finally just kind of give our final thoughts here. So, Sarge, we'll go ahead and start out with you. Any final thoughts?
It was good to be back. I'm excited for the road to WrestleMania. As we know, it starts with the Royal Rumble, and there's a lot of this card. I was a little iffy on about this card, but it is coming into a pretty good, decent card. So I'm excited for it.
Definitely. All right, Crispy Bacon.
Yeah, WrestleMania is coming close, and I think there's about 7 more matches to be announced. Coming weeks, so cards can be filling up, and should be a fun 2 nights.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait to see what they're going to do with Rollins. That's I know they're going to give him something.
Big mystery.
I'm just curious which way they're going to go with it. All right, mess around, Dave.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with Rollins too. Maybe they get Cody to sign and they have Rollins versus Rhodes. That'd be kind of cool.
No.
Just like, nope.
I'd like to see that match. That'd be a cool match.
Well, I know they said that if Cody Rhodes did sign, he'll be there tomorrow on Raw. That's when he would debut, so they could start their rivalry.
It gives Rollins somebody to face at Mania. Other than that, I can't see where they're going to go with him.
Same.
All right, Christy.
Just looking forward to WrestleMania and just watching to see how it develops with all the matches and stuff. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, then we get to Big B.
Thanks for letting me come on for the last few minutes. Mania right now, to me, like I said earlier, if I wasn't a wrestling fan, I probably wouldn't tune in, but I do every year. Hopefully the rest of the matches spark some interest. I'd hate to say it, Chrissy. Cody Rhodes signs, that might spark some interest in me, but I don't think he's going to. I think that I've read reports that was on the back burner now. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Need some kind of surprises.
Tomorrow would be the big, like I said, tomorrow would be the big thing because everyone's saying if Cody Rhodes does come, it'll be tomorrow night. So
Yeah.
I guess it'll definitely be a wait and see. All right. So with that, I do definitely want to thank everybody for watching. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks, Big B, for hopping on here at the last minute. Thanks. Thank you. Been on the show. It's been another fun show, and next week we'll have some more topics for you besides just Raw and SmackDown. We'll throw out some other topics. So with that, I hope everybody has a fantastic night, and we will see you next Sunday for another episode of Between the Ropes. Have a fantastic freaking night.